Submarine Squad. Today we will be reading you The Great Potato Chip War 2. And we're also here with our special guest, Matthew.
I love that. So, spoiler alert, this is part 2 of the Great Potato Chip War. If you have not watched part 1, then get out of here and watch part 1.
You do not belong here.
Yes, not until you watch part 1.
I'll give you 3 seconds to leave. 3, 2, 1. Okay, now you have to stay.
If you stayed, no, okay, whatever. You're gonna be confused.
Yeah, but, yeah. We're switching it up this time.
Yeah.
This time...
He's gonna be reading the odd chapters. I'm gonna be reading the even.
So,
And
let's get started. The Great Potato Chip War 2. Getting to the end of the epic battle or the start. By the way, sorry for the bad audio. Table of contents. Chapter 1. The Broken Empire. The potato chips were devastated. They wanted to kill the hot Cheetos and hot dogs once and for all, but they needed to rebuild their empire because the King's Son destroyed it.
do I have to keep going? Yeah, you do. We have to. Duh. Obviously.
Some of the potato chips didn't want to live with the King's Son again, so they moved their house outside and decided to be lazy. Something was chewing on the wire. Then the power went out, and he used his flashlight to investigate. Then he saw something. It was a zombie. So remember the apocalypse that started? Well, here now in the war, and now they gotta find a cure for the zombies and fight at the same time.
Test on who? You.
So they fought but all they had was a gamma gun. It shoots radioactive stuff.
Ah, zombies. Also reference to Fallout.
I've got no idea who that is. But it turned the zombies into radioactive potato chip zombies.
Call for backup. When is radioactive? Run. Chapter 2. The Ministry of Joy. They were still annoyed and threatened about the war, but they took a break and worked on something entirely different than planned.
Let's find something different to do.
They made... Oh wait, you were supposed to read that. They made a new liquid also known as Joy. They were experimenting with the new Joy liquid.
Item test for testing, yes.
They decided to capture the King's Son and test him.
No! Yes.
The potato chips experimented with Joy a bit more, and they found out that it could be harmful and good. So they took a hot Cheeto and took him hostage and tested the medicine on him. Then he died laughing too hard because it was Joy.
Chapter 3. Almost the most powerful weapon. They put Joy in all their weapons like swords and arrows. Joy is yellow because of how laughter works on it. They nicknamed it the Secret Weapon 7, also known as SW7.
Can I have a try?
Anyways, back to the hot Cheetos. So they met the spicy Doritos and decided to move in with them so the potato chips won't know where they live anymore.
Cheetos right now. Hot potato chips right now at the old hot Cheeto empire. Where are they? Why do you always have to have a Canadian accent?
All of a sudden, the hot Cheetos kidnapped 10 potato chip scientists and made them make Joy. But one of the potato chips wanted to escape and made Joy, but splashed it on the guard's face. And then they escaped, but they saw the spicy Doritos and they found out they were with the hot Cheetos.
Chapter 4. The Sacred Continent. This doesn't look like home. It was a secret continent. It had Pringles, and they teamed up with the Pringles. Mad dog creature. Meanwhile, back on land, even though we were on land, potato chip scientists were born on a train to study more of joy, on some wanting to try out patience. But before they started, something came up behind them.
And fire!
Anyways, the communication towers for the train also got jammed, and the potato chips didn't know what was going on.
It won't work.
Both locomotives switched tracks and was diverted into a site, but the beast wasn't so lucky.
Mom spaghetti, mom spaghetti, mom spaghetti. Chapter 5. All systems hacked. So the Hot Cheetos had a secret weapon. They could hack stuff and hack every single thing in the world and shut them down. And then they had a message to the potato chips. The Hot Cheetos said they had mech bots and they could hack. But the potato chips didn't believe them because mech bots were ancient. The potato chips started looking up stuff for mech bots. So they did not only find stuff about mechs, but they also found stuff about Spicy Lays. And they supposedly made the mechs. That's how ancient they are. But there are only 7 mechs with very advanced technology that we don't have today.
Spicy Lays. Warning. Maybe use of magic inside the troll.
Then they got sucked up in the book and saw it for himself. Totally not a reference from Harry Potter.
It's a reference to Harry Potter.
Once upon a time, a bus driver driving a bus of potato chip children was smoking and dropped his cigar. He didn't know he dropped it until the whole bus went up in flames. You see, the kid potato chips don't burn like the adults in the Flamin' Hot Cheetos. They turn into Spicy Lays. Their leader, the bus driver, Dr. Flamin' Hot Cheeto Man, a.k.a. Dr. FMCM. Then they went in the cave and found the ancient wizards. And then they made the mechs. That was a long time ago. There's no way that they could have gotten mechs, right? But even if they had mechs, wouldn't it be broken down? I mean, it was 3.2 million years ago. And if they could get a hold of this magic, then they might just win the war. Then the potato chip had the smartest plan ever.
6. Truth or lies? Now, the Pringles were kind of confused about this war.
So you just started fighting for no reason? Well, yeah.
Meanwhile, back on track, the beast comes back.
Spam chat, lol.
Cheetos harass. Then the potato chip extracted the magic. Then he injected it in himself.
Chapter 7, The Crystal Caves. The potato chip turned blue and he could do magic. Totally not Harry Potter, like Exodus time.
Yeah, like literally.
All of a sudden, he was on the move and went into a cave filled with crystals. Then he did some kind of magic and then opened a secret door up. And then he found the ancient mech.
Chapter 8, The Outbreak. All of a sudden, the outbreak came out of surprise, and there was a radioactive chili dog. It got so bad that the potato chips moved into a skyscraper.
Potato chip headquarters.
Then the Hot Cheetos knew they moved because they hacked everything.
Before looking at family photos, after hacked.
And then the potato chips attacked. You know, why does this sound like 9/11? It's not even funny. They attacked, but not with a plane. There. It still sounds like that. Then the Hot Cheetos tried blowing up the skyscraper, leaving the skyscraper to burn.
Chapter 9, The Lost Journal. After the fire, or during the fire, a group of explorers, the same ones that were on the train line to stop the beast, decided to adventure in water instead of rails, fearing that the creature can go after them. While searching, they found something that's small and shaped like a square. They moved their submarine closer and found it was a sandy book that what looked like old dust. I can wait, that's you.
I can faintly see the 1910s cleaning these anchor chains. How did they get there?
After most cleaning was done, it says Journal of May 7th, 1915.
This thing looks ancient.
The journal reopened history back on what happened on May 7th, 1915. May 17th, 1915 morning. I am apparently an American immigrant from, of course, the United States of America, and we are traveling to England, United Kingdom. We are on a massive and fast civilian ship called the RMS Royal Mail Ship Lusitania. It was one of the most largest and fastest ships on the route as of the time we were on board. Her sheer size gave a stunning view. Her 4 tall black funnels gave the deck shade, but this morning was really foggy. We either spent time on the stern or the bow of the ship. May 17th, 1915 day. I was on board somewhere near the bridge, and I was on starboard deck until a boom, followed by a massive impact of water destroying one of the lifeboats. Everyone was confused. Did we hit a mine? Did we hit a torpedo? Was it a boiler explosion? Whatever it was, we started tilting starboard because of it. I'm running now and currently getting onto a lifeboat, and as I got lowered, I slept. May 17th, 1915 day. I woke up to the ship's forecastle completely flooded, but I was on the ship. Was the lifeboat part through? I ran out of the dining room and to the bow of the ship. The bow was flooded, but the bridge almost flooded. I tried going down the steps, but the water already went through the steps. At that moment, I swam across the boat deck. May the 17th, 1915 day. I safely went to the stern and went on a lifeboat. 6 minutes later, the ship already made a huge starboard list. While doing so, the first 2 stacks fell, crushing the bridge. The stern remained high in the air and saw many people sliding from the steep slope and listing to the ship. I can't write any longer. I will run out of ink. See you on the next entry. Diary out. May 17th, 1915 day. Diary in. I see the ship still moving right into the water from the lifeboat. Barely anyone on the ship left. There is not really much of this entry left. The first entry being longer. If you find this, call the authorities because I am dropping this in the ocean. Now this is my last entry. Diary out. After retrieving the diary, they went further and then came face to face with the prow of the shipwreck. Looking at the nameplate very close, it says Luiaia. Missing a few letters, they looked at the diary again.
Lusitania. We are on a map. In fact, civilian ship called the RMS Royal Mail Ship Lusitania.
And then the skyscraper rumbled and was about to fall down, and pieces of the skyscraper fell off. It's about drive. It's about power. We get hungry. We devour.
Chapter 10. The broken timeline. And then the blue potato chip used magic and turned back time. But he rewinded it too far.
1916. Another one to go down. Another ship struck in the GPCW. HMHS Britannic sunk, losing 30 lives. Mine from Hot Cheeto sabotage. 1915 sabotaging. RMS Lusitania gets torpedoed by Hot Cheeto sabotagers off the coast of Ireland, Irish Sea. 1914 war. The potato chips are starting a war with the hot dogs. How long will it go on? 1989. Some wizards in spicy lays found magic. This is unbelievable.
Time, huh? No time for jokes because he refounded it even farther. And even further.
1834. Secret War. Top secret.
Wait, did that say Secret War? But before the narrator could read the timeline. The timeline went back to normal. Normal time.
Let's finish this. Wait. Yeah. Stop fighting. You're supposed to be good neighbors. Ah!
The Jake from State Farm hasn't died, but he had other stuff to deal with.
Chapter 11. The Secrets of the Ministry. So remember the Secret War? Well, the potato chips are raiding the Ministry to learn more. So they stormed the Ministry, but the Ministry don't have papers. It's been so long ago, 100 years.
Tell me, sir, that was a very long time ago.
But he did tell us information. Here, let me sit you down, will you? Said the Ministry. Here, let me tell you about the ancient ships. They fought, but nobody knows what happened because it was long ago. All we know is that the war ended in some way.
So why didn't you tell anybody about the magic? So you see, if people would go crazy if they thought there was real magic and real mechs. Thought. Well, yes, there's no such thing. Well, yes, it's fake, but there's no such thing as magic. So, as you were saying, that's how we knew about the war. You turned back time and made everybody see the war. Wait, how'd you get magic? I have my ways. How did you... like I said, I've got my ways. So, I've got to go. I have a king to save. Wanna come? Yeah! Okay, I'll get the mechs. Mechs? Oh yeah, let's do this. Speechless. Chapter 12. Redemption.
Hot Cheeto, either surrender or die. How are you flying?
Text here, idiot.
He's flying. That's all we can say here. He's flying.
Sure, idiot.
We know your lies about the mechs. I have the real mechs, so surrender. And also, that is unnecessary for sinking 2 ships that cost 1,030 lives. You really are the devil. Like you like the mechs.
I used to say, like, you have the mechs, but I guess something happened or something.
Plus, they should die for all we care. So you killed innocent people? Yeah, but I didn't do it. Yes, I have a mech, so hurry up and surrender before the fire kills you. Also, while you're looking at that mech, look behind you. Oh! Okay, I surrender. But I'd look on the skyscraper over there. Avenge the Lusitania. Oh, so you think backup can defeat magic? Surrender, will you? Your backup is gone, lol. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to kill yourself. The building is about to fall. What was that? Well, you're going to kill your... I might have tied up innocent chips in there at the bottom. They're going to die from the collapse.
There was smoke everywhere, and everything was gray. Some of the most valuable family members were tied up.
You're a killer, an innocent killer. What are you doing to tell what are you going to tell those hot Cheetos? I murdered people for no reason? Yeah, that's right. Get kicked. Count us in. Let's go on strike. Do you think that killing me would stop the war? He might be right. Too right. To be continued. There's no part 3 yet. But there is a sequel coming out.
Make sure to subscribe for Macaroni.
Yes.
You know,
It's about Drive.
you shall not see the sequel.
What is this? This is all of our planning slides right here. And here's Jake from State Farm. Well, if we get 4 views on this video, we will post
It's
the
probably
Great
just gonna
Potato
be
Chip Part 3. I mean, not Part 3, the sequel.
Slash the secret war.
Yes.
Or the sequel, you could say. To the first one. But it's really a sequel to the third.
Well, if you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe.
Hey, what's up, Papa John?